This is my morning show partner,
Hi,
Gina.
I'm Gavin,
So nice
Gina.
to meet you.
Pleasure. Wow, thank you for that very, very much.
We did one together and then
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
sure thing.
Okay, cool. Make sure.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
And then
Just good to be guys.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Kick me out.
Is this your good
She
side?
looks much better than me.
Thanks, man.
Ready,
Bye, Felicia.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for making time.
Oh, God, absolutely.
Jeff and
Oh,
Gina,
yes.
we are backstage
Hi.
at Fraze Pavilion, and I gotta tell you,
Kidnapped
Gavin,
somebody.
we
Yeah.
kidnapped him.
I've
He
been
said
kidnapped.
did not want to do this at all
Yeah.
because you can see he's just not a nice guy. I mean, he's
Very
not nice at
unfriendly.
all.
Terrible person.
he's the very opposite of a terrible person.
Thank you.
I will tell you, this is one of the best smelling dressing rooms I've ever been in.
It's the avocado
Is that true?
and the onion.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we do is my guys in my band, they love to cook.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
yeah,
That's
so they
awesome.
they got a crock pot.
Apple cider vinegar right
That's
here.
good stuff, by the way.
I actually will just take a shot of this.
So what?
Do you?
You know, sometimes
Yeah.
I'll make tea, just hot water, and I'll put like a tablespoon of that in it. And
Does
that's
it
my
help
tea.
your voice?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Have you heard him sing? Have you heard the guy sing?
I want to thank you guys for making time for me. So
Aw.
yeah, so
Vice
so,
versa.
yeah, I appreciate it. I know sometimes artists come in, they're looking all tired and like they're doing a real job
Right.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry about
It's
that.
all right.
We're not doing a real job. We're just
No.
playing music. So it's nice when people open the doors to us and say, "Hey, man, I want to put something out and come to the studio and sing for us or do an interview." That's a huge help to guys like us. Yesterday we were on Good Morning America and we had to get up like 3 o'clock in the morning, but it was a little tough because we flew in from Detroit the night before, like midnight 30.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we walked in there, I was like wiping
Wanted
the
to sleep
cobwebs
from
off
your
my
eyes.
eyes. You know? And then, but the only problem was like the song is so high. I was just
It's
in the
up
dressing
there.
room and I was sitting there going, ah, you know, like doing this like ridiculous warm up. It sounded like
Yeah.
Tarzan from out in the hallway.
Apple cider vinegar.
Exactly.
That's what he needs right there.
You know, one of my favorite songs that you sing is "Belief."
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow, thank you
love
for
that one.
You like the ballads.
I love that. It's
Oh,
just
thanks
so
for
good
that.
and passionate.
Thanks
and,
for that.
Yeah.
That's one of those
Love that.
songs I wish I would have released as a single.
All night you rested my mind when you came to my defense with a knife in the shape of your mouth, in the form of your body, with the wrath of a God. Oh, you stood by me, believe.
When I moved to Chicago, it was like in 2008, a radio friend of mine said, "Hey, everybody needs to own this CD." And I was like, "What is it?"
Wow.
He goes, his name is Gavin DeGraw.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, and he's so good. Just take it. Was it a double CD? Was it a double CD?
The first record we put out, about a year into it, I asked the label, "Hey, can I make a stripped down version of this CD?"
That's what it was
Make an
then.
acoustic
Yeah.
version? And they said, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." You know.
Mm-hmm.
So one day we went in the studio, we recut the whole album, but we did it live. We did 29 one takes.
Wow.
29 takes, and we just kept the best 10 or 11 takes, and that was the record, you know.
Well, it's cool because he would trail
Yeah.
off at a song. He'd be like, "Was that okay, guys?" And they'd be like, "Dude, you nailed it." And that's like on the album, you
Thank
know?
you.
A long time coming, but I know, yeah, a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
You want another one?
No, you're good, man.
All right.
Well
I
done.
enjoy, so I've been a fan for a while.
Thank you for that very,
And
very
it's-
much.
Yeah.
We're putting out a new album Friday.
Yes.
It's called Something Worth Saving. The first single is She Sets the City on Fire.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me, man. I like that.
She
Thank you. Thank you
The
for that.
city on fire.
Hey, you guys, they sing it better than I do.
What was it like when I Don't Want to Be and Not Over You and some
Yeah.
of those early hits?
Yes.
When you hear them on the radio?
Yes, it freaks you out.
Yeah.
Does it? Okay, I always
Total,
wondered that.
total freak
Yeah.
out. I remember the first time I heard one of my songs on the radio. I was in D.C. and I was freaking out. No, but I remember just being in the car and having this. It was a surreal moment. you
Yeah.
know, because you're
You wrote it probably back in your house or something.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And it was a song called. At the time, it was a song called "Follow Through." And
Oh, yeah.
You remember that
know?
song?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wrote that song. I was trying to write a Paul McCartney song. Not to sound like Paul McCartney, but I always wanted a song that I could bob my head like this when I sang the chorus. since you won't be with me. And I was feeling almost like an early Beatles song.
Right.
Just trying to rip them off.
And
It's
Paul
a good
McCartney
role, yeah.
will come to your house. That's the
Yeah.
other thing. He'll come to your house and say,
I
"We're ripping
wish.
off the Beatles."
Paul McCartney, please, by all means, come to my house and
You heard
correct
Paul.
my ripoffs. You have to set that as your bar.
Right.
But of course, we can't all get there.
Right. Yeah.
It's McCartney, for God's sake.
We saw you open for Shania Twain on her tour
Love
last
her.
fall.
Oh.
So how did that come together?
I got a phone call. They said, hey, Shania's going on tour. They're interested to know if you want to go out on tour. I said, Shania Twain? Like, is Shania Twain interested or her agent interested?
Yeah.
Right.
No, Shania Twain is interested. I
Oh,
said,
nice.
Shania Twain's interested. Then absolutely, I want
Right.
to go out. Yeah, it sounds amazing.
How beautiful is she in person?
Oh, she's so hot.
Yeah.
And she's so hot, and she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so down to earth.
That's cool. Yeah.
And the whole vibe backstage, it was just very laid back, great food. And the first day I had met her, we met at Madison Square Garden, first day of show,
Oh, wow.
and she had invited me to sing a duet with her during her show. I said, all right, that'd be great. But I didn't know the song very well. So we ran into one or two times in sound check, and of course that night we have to go out in front of 20,000 people.
Yeah.
So I'm out there like reading the lyrics on a teleprompter like this. She's like dancing and putting on a show. I was like, ba, 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 ba. And I'd run over to another one, and I'd like reading the other one. Ba, 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 ba. Right?
Back to the stage, Gavin DeGraw.
Yeah, but I was freaking out. Reading is never a strong suit for me.
Me neither.
Well,
Reading
reading
in
on the
public
fly.
is even
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Reading in
and
public is
singing.
bad.
Yeah.
So one
Reading
day, Kenny Chesney asked me to do this performance for, was it CMAs or CMTs, something like this, and said, yeah, can you do this new one of mine? Yeah, sure. So he gives me this song, and it's a song. This song had the most words of any song I'd ever heard in my life.
Oh.
So at first I said no problem, but then I'm listening to the song
You're like,
and I'm reading the lyric, and it was like War and Peace,
Oh,
it was
no.
very long,
Oh,
thousands
no.
of words.
Yeah.
Thousands of words. So by the time showtime happens, there, I start freaking out about the teleprompter,
Yeah.
right? So I go backstage to the teleprompter guy. I said, hey man, I know I'm about to go on, but can you do me a favor and make the teleprompter read a little bit more like normal poetry stanzas?
Right.
Not like all one big thing.
Because the teleprompter
Right.
reads more down. It's like 2 words per
Oh,
per
yeah,
line,
that's not
and it's
good.
just scrolling like this the whole time
Yeah.
really fast. But I said, just put more words on the line. He said, no problem. But by the time I got on stage,
Oh no.
I didn't realize how far away the teleprompter was going to be. It was
Oh.
like big
So the words are too small, right?
The words were
too
tiny,
small.
like little
Yeah.
microscopic. Looked like a government eye test.
Yeah.
Somewhere with you, laughing loud on the corner of a ride, driving around. Saturday night, you made fun of me, singing my song out of a hotel room just to turn you on. Said pick me up at 3 a.m. You're fighting with your mom again, and I go.
The whole time, it kind of looks like I'm intensely into the lyric, but that's me like trying to put pressure on my eyes to focus harder. Man, it was terrifying. I got through it, I think. I'm screaming so hard, I look like Clint Eastwood. I'm like this, but it's just me trying to read the lyrics, like
Oh, that's so
like
funny.
1,000 feet away. You know what I
All right,
mean?
I think Jeff didn't get the hat memo.
I was just
Oh,
gonna
that's
say
okay.
Yeah, he didn't get the
We'll
hat
find
memo.
you one.
Is
We'll
there
find you
one?
one.
No, Katie's
We'll find you
outside
one.
her vinegar.
We'll get you a
So I got
birthday.
it.
We'll get you a birthday hat
Sorry.
or a something festive.
Because you rock that hat.
festive.
I mean,
Thank you, Matt.
you look beautiful. As
Okay.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen Peaky Blinders?
I've heard of that, but I've not
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, it's great. But they wear like
Okay.
those golf caps, the ones that kind of
Oh,
flop
yeah.
on your head.
Right.
Those,
I'll experiment.
It's the
So next time
head,
you
the
come
right
back.
head for the hat. Like women, they choose the right heel for the ass.
Oh.
Like you gotta have the right hat.
I've been telling
right
him
head
about
for
the
the hat.
heels.
Don't
They
women do
really
this?
boost things.
Don't they
Yes.
choose certain heels for
Right.
some reason? I don't know what that is. Can I say that, by the way?
Yeah.
Right, I'm told that women pick the heel for the ass. Is that right?
He knows all about that.
Yeah,
Is
so
that right? Was that
these
wrong?
are shorter, so you're not gonna have the same effect as if I had taller ones. Don't
But
ask me
it's-
why.
it's
I
like-
think it just makes you feel better.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, not your feet, but everything else.
Yeah, look, it's all about the look.
Yeah.
You got the look.
I need more heel.
Those are pretty cool.
I actually really like your boots.
It's like a half-inch heel.
Yeah, you look pretty stylish. Are you ready for tonight?
I'm never ready.
I don't believe that.
I'm never ready.
You won't be reading off a prompter tonight. You have
No.
all your songs memorized, right?
I have them memorized,
Okay.
but I always keep in mind when people say, "Are you ready?" Typically, I'm thinking, "Well, it's too late to practice because
Right.
I'm going on stage and like
In a little bit. Coolest dude
Take your time.
in rock and roll.
Thank you, man.
I'm
You're
serious.
cool,
Thank you
dude.
so much.
Thank you for that, man.
All right.
Thanks
Gavin
for
DeGraw, everybody.
Appreciate it very, very
Yep.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Live with Gavin
this is-
DeGraw. I've been stalking him.
Oh, I didn't know it was a
finally
video.
got- Hi.
This is
We
scary.
love you.
I love you back. Thanks for
Yeah,
having
you're
me.
the best.
See you. You're the best.